At first, I didn't even know you were a part of the community.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't see the flag. I didn't see no hints. I didn't see nothing. I didn't get no clues. But when I found out, I was like, yeah! Another woman of color! Whoa! Welcome back. Hey, everybody. I'm Ebony.
And I'm Denise.
And we are back here listening to the Team2Moms podcast. We are super excited for today's guest because this is the power of how when you know somebody digitally, virtually, and then when you finally get to meet them in person, you realize that everything you saw online is exactly who they are.
Yep.
And on top of that, she's a mom.
Yes,
like
we are moms.
Mm-hmm. She's a part of the community. Mm-hmm. She represents the LGBTQ plus community. Mm-hmm. Yes. And she's also creating content in the same age bracket, kind of like us, over 30. Without further ado, please help us welcome Danielle Sylvester.
Hi, how are you? Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Of course.
Let's talk about how we know each other.
Okay.
Start it off. Let's see. Let's talk about this.
Well, I was a fan of yours, actually.
Girl.
Really?
No, I think I was a fan. No, wasn't I a fan of yours first?
No.
It's like stalking your profile.
Other way around. Absolutely false information. We found you. I was blown away by your comedic comedy, making us laugh, especially during the pandemic where we need it.
We needed it for
that
sure.
pandemia. Panorama.
That panorama. But no, we connected through social media. It was, 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
And we're finally meeting in person.
Around the same time, because this is when we got on social media. Isn't that crazy?
That is
3
crazy.
years ago.
You're
That
right.
is crazy.
Yeah.
You're so right. Wait, how did you even start on TikTok?
So we were just talking about that. That's funny. Theory and Tina were always scrolling on
Wait, who's
TikTok.
Theory?
Theory is my daughter.
Yeah.
So you have one daughter?
I only have one daughter.
Okay.
I was one and done. I was one of those women that it was really, the pregnancy was complicated on me mentally, spiritually.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, let's talk about
on.
that.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. It was very tough on me mentally.
Mentally, physically, emotionally. I went through the same thing with my pregnancy with my daughter.
Yeah.
What was it for you?
So I had an idea of who I wanted to be. I wanted to be this superstar. I wanted to be a model. I wanted to have a free range life. And the concept of having this baby, I knew it was going to alter my whole entire existence, which it ultimately did for the better. But when the reality of me carrying something, when I start seeing the growth, I was like, oh my, you're not going to be able to be a model anymore. You're not going to be, that's the mindset of a 18-year-old child would think. So I came up with the conclusion of, I'm going to give her up for adoption. I feel like that was going to be the best scenario for me and for her. And, I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. My emotions were everywhere. I hated everybody. I hated myself. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. It was devastating to me in my psyche. So I looked at a church and I was like, I think this church would be like the perfect suit for my child. And my child's father left me for somebody else. So that also...
It's another layer that added to it.
Another layer. But the church was like, we will take her. You have to come to the church within these few months. I told my sister, and she drove up to Philadelphia, and she was like,
You're not.
No.
Yep.
We're coming home.
Good
We're
time.
going to come home, and we're going to figure this out. And I was like, I just don't want to be a mom. Please don't make me be a mom. She's like, there's other options. There's adoption. And she started calling around to my aunts, and my one aunt was like, I'll take her. I was like, thank goodness. So bless her, she did. She took me to all the doctor's appointments. She got her nursery together. And I gave birth to her, and I seen her little foot. I seen her foot in the incubator. I tell her the story all the time. And I never had any pictures from the time that I said, you know what, I'm changing my mind. I want to keep her. I had to sign an affidavit and I kept her. So I never had pictures of my pregnancy or the first images of her being brought into this world.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, my aunt decided that she was no longer upset with me. And she sent me all the pictures that she had when I was pregnant, staying with her, and her first picture with her foot.
Oh.
And I was like, that's the picture. That is what I seen, Theory. That is what I seen when I was like, I'm keeping you.
And then,
I want you.
Wow. So I had a similar experience in the sense that for me, it was more physically. It was a very rough pregnancy with Olivia. Mentally, I thought like, okay, this is something I've always wanted to do. Then when I got pregnant, I got super sick, like beyond morning sickness. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. I was going through so much pain because I had fibroids.
Oh, my.
It was so bad, and I've never actually publicly said this. It was so bad that I was ready to terminate the pregnancy. I was like, my body cannot handle this. Fast forward. This one right here.
Oh, yes. Through. I was absolutely your greatest supporter when it came to you being pregnant.
Yeah.
I tried everything. Go to the pharmacy and get her ginger candies, whatever would make her feel better. Because I really felt that she was struggling. And pregnancy is really tough.
It is.
So I did everything. And then when it came to my pregnancy, I never thought I was going to get pregnant, to be honest.
The cliche masculine presenting lesbian.
I live with it every day. I asked my wife when her and I first got together, and she ultimately wanted children.
Okay.
So, and I was like, well, I'm one and done. But now she is older. I'm like, do you still want kids? She's like, no. You don't want kids? No. You know,
do you want more kids?
I am going through some sort of fever.
Okay.
Empty nest syndrome, I think it is, because I'm so used to taking care of something, and I still have so much to give, and she don't require a lot from me. So I'm like, can I just love her?
Because she's, how old is she now?
She's 20.
Your daughter's 20.
Yeah,
20.
And all my godkids live so far away, so I'm like,
I get
something.
it. I totally get it.
I mean, if you want to babysit our kids, girl.
Yeah.
You can definitely.
My brother will drop his kids off too. He's like,
really?
I'm like, okay, come here.
Yeah,
let's color.
But then when I hear your story, I didn't even know that about the adoption and those thoughts and processes. Yeah. Because today, when I look at your content, you and your daughter have goal relationships.
Yeah. Thank you.
Goal mother-daughter relationships. So talk to me again how you started with TikTok.
Okay. I know, rewinding, you. So Tina in Theory would always be in the living room just geeking it up. And I'm like, what are you guys laughing? Like, why? Because normally we would always be on the sofa laughing together or talking. Yeah. And they were so consumed with their phone. They're like, it's TikTok. Look, it's funny. And I was like, okay. So I was looking, I was like, it's a savage.
Okay, why was that like everybody's like momentum and inspiration to start?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was like, I can do that.
Yeah,
right.
Theory was like, Mom, you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Can you make me an account? She made me an account.
Okay.
It took me 2 weeks to learn the savage dance.
Wait a minute. You started off with, okay, Sam, maybe I did not see the very first. Now I'm going to go scrolling through your feed.
Yeah.
Because
that was
now your daughter laughing off camera.
So did that first TikTok go viral?
No, it did not. No. I had 1,000 views and I was ecstatic.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, I had so much gratification. I was like, oh, I feel important. I like that.
We need to make sure that is playing. We got to have that TikTok pulled up.
Yeah, that serotonin that I was like looking for. And after that, I would try to do the lip sync. I didn't feel authentic. I didn't feel myself.
You had to test it out. You went through a multitude of different types of content.
And Theory literally came in the house and she was like, I think Roy is cheating on me. We need to go over there. And we were on our way there and I was like, you know what? We should redo that. Like, we should record that because I don't think anybody's really doing like funny kind of content like that, mother-daughter content like that. Yeah. And she was like, I don't think so, Mom. Like, it's not going to go well. And I was like, record it. And she did. And then here we are.
Okay, wait.
Here we are.
Don't speed it up on me that quickly. Hold on. Take me through the whole creative process. So you upload it and it goes viral. Like,
Yeah.
what are you feeling? You're like, ha, Barry, look, I told you.
She came in. She was like, we woke up the next morning because I still wasn't really into the whole TikTok thing.
Really?
She came in. She was like, Mom, your video has like 800K. And I was like, no, it don't. My heart sank. I was like, 800 people see my stuff. Oh my God, they're going to judge me. They're going to crucify me. Oh my God, that is not like, I don't want people to think that I'm like this crazy off the wall mom, which I am. I am.
Be proud of it, because it just shows how much we're there for our children, right? How we will show up for them.
And she was like, Mom, that's who you are. Like, why are you scared to show people who you really are? And I was like, because the world is ugly and very judgmental.
I get it.
I know.
Very judgmental. So I had a lot of panic. And I didn't record again for like 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
That didn't like keep
That wasn't that the momentum?
No, because the comments were really not that great. Way to go. Typical ghetto mom teaching her kid to like no security. She's insecure. And but then I started reading the positive comments.
Okay.
Like, yeah. That's
That's
I'm that
what-
mom.
That always outweighs
Yes.
the negative comments.
When I started seeing that there was a lot of women that were just like me, that protective mama bear, and they're close with their daughters, I was like, why not? Theory, what other conversation did we have that we can recreate? And then that's how we start rolling. But it's different now that it's a job. It's still fun. And
So at what point did you realize, like, okay, Theory, we are contributing to the mother-daughter space? When did you realize? And then how did you plan? How did you want to tap into that industry? Like, how did it all come to fruition?
so I was jaded for a long time. I was like, it was probably a year into it when we ran into our first fan of the page. That's when I realized that we were building a community. I just thought the views were there and the followings were there for the comedic part, but not the wholesome part where it's a mom connecting with their daughter. I did not know until I was at the Christiana Mall that day when a fan came up to me and she started crying. She's like, you have helped me rebuild a relationship with my mom. And I was like, me? Like, just talking with my kid. And she was like, you help. And then reading the comments wasn't just like, oh yeah, they love us. I was reading it as they need to see more of this. So that's when I was like, let's take it more serious. And it doesn't always have to be just pranks or you being silly and goofy. It could be more educational. And let's give them more steps and guidance. And that's how we...
I love that because the journey sounds very similar to ours. We knew that there was more than an opportunity to show more representation. There was a void that needed to be filled. And then we started...
Years ago. First we started on YouTube.
Wait, you started on TikTok first, right?
I did. That was my first social media platform.
That's your first social media platform.
I had like 30 followers on Instagram.
Wow.
And girl, you blew up.
You blew up real quick.
Fast. I was like, whoa, you go, Danielle. How was you taking that all in?
I couldn't process it. I mean, to this day, I'm still like, I'm just Danielle. There's 8 million followers does not resonate to me and form like 8 million people. I just look at it as, my house. Like, these are my friends. These are my family. I don't look at the number. I just look at the community. I just cannot fathom that people really just love me and love her and love our family. Is that normal? Is that weird? Do you guys go through that?
Yes, absolutely.
We do.
How do I deal with that?
You see people in the street and they're like, oh, my mom's.
Yes.
Like, I feel so honored. Like,
Yes.
that's a very prestigious title.
It is.
Being referred to as somebody's parent is like, wow.
And they have parents.
really connect and resonate with
And
that.
sometimes you have like imposter syndrome.
Yes,
Yeah, like-
that's the word I was looking for.
Yes. We're like,
No.
really? Am I worthy enough? Are you
really?
sure? Are we cool
Sure?
enough? Like, are we
Sometimes
doing
I'll be forgetting because, you know, sometimes we have that serious face when we outside, and then all of a sudden someone will be like, "Oh, are you?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm so sorry. I be in my head sometimes.
You don't want to see my reaction. There's been the first like couple months, I was really bad at that. I was like,
Yeah.
Theory told me not to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I pooped today. I didn't know what to say. Right? And I'm just like saying everything that's coming to my head. Like, I'm going to therapy. I'm on my way to therapy. And she's like, you don't have to say that. I'm like, okay.
So being a content creator, we're all over 30.
Yes.
How does that make you feel? Like, do you feel like almost like a beacon of like representation that age is just a number?
It is.
We can be out here, because I have to admit, at first, I thought TikTok was not for me.
Not for us.
Childish.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't doing no dances.
Yeah. Look at you now.
Look at us. Look at us now.
I was just in your guest green room, like doing a savage dance. Like, I should recreate this.
Yes, right?
Why?
Here we are, over 30.
Yeah.
You know, just showing a whole nother side of life.
Yeah.
Talk to me more about your relationship with your daughter.
Where do I begin?
Anywhere.
You know, people have this idea that we have like this perfect relationship. And I'm like, on camera, yes, we do. Ideally, I would like to say that, yeah, we get along all the dang time, but in reality, we don't. And I'm grateful, and I am truly, truly blessed that I have a relationship that I do with my daughter, where when she upsets me or I upset her, we can actually sit down and talk about that. And it hasn't always been that way. And it took a while, and it still takes work. It really takes a lot of dedication from me and a lot of patience from her, because she don't have any. But, you know, we're still learning.
Do you feel as though, because of the dialogue and the content that you and your daughter creates, it's a dialogue, it's a situation, and how you two communicate, did that strengthen your communication off camera?
It has.
How?
100%, because I am a firm believer. I cannot tell Tammy and 8 million other people, hey, this is how you communicate with your kid, and me not practice it.
Okay.
So it made me practice it even more, because there was a lot of times where I was just no theory and didn't give her a follow-up, or, you know, just express my anger right then on the spot. I would practice it a little bit, but I wasn't 100% committed in understanding herself, the individual of who theory is. But the more we practice it, the more we preached it, the more I was like, I need to instill that in my everyday life.
Speak on it, Danielle.
With my daughter. And it also improved my communications with my mother-in-law, my sister, and my wife.
Great.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, so give us some advice.
Yeah.
Hold on, because, okay, so our daughter,
She's 11.
11 going,
I mean, we're this is like preteen, right?
11 going on 20.
Yes, pretty much.
And we find ourselves now at this crossroads. Now, first of all, because we're moms, and we spoke about this in previous episodes, there's this notion, because we're moms, we know the answers. But really, we're just learning each day.
And we're learning
As
from
we
her.
go.
We're learning from her, because
A
it's
lot.
like she's our firstborn.
Yeah.
And whatever she goes through, then the boys are probably eventually going to go through.
Yeah.
And then she wants to teach the boys.
It's a continuous
It's a
cycle of
continuous-
learning and educating
Yes.
each other. It takes a whole village,
It
right?
does.
So help us, because we're at that awkward, call it the awkward phase, preteens. The emotions are getting stronger. The opinions are getting bigger. What advice would you give us, when, especially being on social media as well?
So it depends on the area.
Okay.
Like, where is the opinions resonating from? What is her issues? How is she approaching the situations? So that always takes place. Like, if I did something to Theory and I really pissed her off, and she came up to me and was very disrespectful, my advice to myself would have been, Theory, you know, is there any other way that you want to communicate to me?
Yeah.
Did that make you feel good? Because it didn't make me feel good.
Correct.
But, I thought you said, I say that.
I love it.
But my advice to you is allow her to know that it's okay to have an opinion. It's your approach.
Yes, absolutely.
It's always going to be your approach. You don't have to be hurtful. You can always be truthful, but you don't have to be hurtful.
Always be truthful, not hurtful. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, at what point in your content, now we see the strong mother-daughter relationship, but then you started to introduce your partner.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. How supportive is your
Wait, because at first, I didn't even know you were a part of the community.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't see the flag. I didn't see no hints. I didn't see nothing. I didn't get no clues.
Yeah.
And okay, this gonna sound really cliche, but when I found out, I was like, yeah! Another woman of color! Yeah! Showing a great example, doing great things.
Man, I don't know how to answer this question.
How did you integrate that into your content?
Yeah.
Forcefully, apparently.
Talk about it.
My wife is very shy. She is not for the screen. She does not like to be recorded.
Okay.
She did have a really bad experience. Her first cameo on one of her videos, and the internet was not very kind to her. Not very kind to her at all. And it made me want to set it on fire.
I get it. I get it. Don't mess with my loved ones.
She's very supportive of what I want to do, but she prefers not to be on it. It's a good day when she says, hey, you want to do a TikTok? It's very far in between, but she does get into a mood where if I'm down, she knows recording always makes me happy. So she's like, hey, do you want to do a TikTok? I'll do a TikTok with you. Do you want to do a TikTok? I'm like, yeah.
Does she always understand this social media side?
No.
Right?
No. And you give her grace.
I try.
Yeah.
Because that also... Tina, I love you.
We love you, Tina. We love you. Absolutely. We love you.
Are we doing side eye?
Side eye.
Side eye, boombastic.
There comes a point where I'm like, I appreciate that she allows me to do this because, she encouraged me to quit my job. But then I'm like, I want you to be a part of it. I want you to grow with me in this experience because it has taught me so much more.
So do you want to shift more of your content to be more LGBTQ related? I love that.
I would love, I envy you guys. I am like, I want to be like that.
No.
And I do. I'm like, see?
No.
And she's like, I don't care. And I'm like,
I must be honest, it does take a lot of support from my wife to because at first I was just like, I really don't care to be in the front of the camera and talk. I'm super introverted.
Tina.
But with her support and her continuing to like have these talks with me and saying that I can do it. And then when I do it, I'm like, wow, I'm surprised. Like this whole podcast, I'm like, wow, I'm actually doing this. This is impressive.
Because I believe that there is a community for everyone.
Yes.
And the way I present myself and share my experiences are very different from my wife's. And so I was just trying to explain to her that there is a community for you that needs you.
Like there's someone out there that's just like me.
From being masculine presented, Latina, and then carrying twins. Like that's a whole going through. Like our fertility journey was night and day.
Wow.
Very much so.
I got pregnant on the first try. My wife, on the other hand,
took 7 tries for me. Yeah. It was
how was that mentally?
Very rough. The entire pregnancy, emotionally. At the end of it, I was really proud of myself because it was a lot. Yeah.
It was a lot to her body.
Yeah.
And so I was like, we need to share this story. We need to show just another aspect of how if you put your mind to it, you can do anything.
You can do anything.
You can. You absolutely
And I like
can.
that's how you articulate it to your wife. And I'm going to try to share that with Tina.
Tina, this is my call to Tina right now. Tina.
Tina Weena.
No pressure at all. But when you guys are both ready, there's definitely a community that will be right there supporting you guys.
True,
Because when Tina is in frame or she's in the back, Because you hear her in the back.
We
She's
see
always
Tina.
she's snarky,
her.
snarky girl, that one. How she got me.
Yes.
They love it. And I'm like, Tina, you have more fans than I do. Like, they love you. Like,
Say that to her.
They
all
love the quiet ones.
they love
Because a
it.
lot of people are introverts.
Yes.
too.
And it's okay to be that way.
Absolutely. So you actually said something that sparked a question in my head. You said she was very supportive with you leaving your job. So this is your full-time career.
This is my full-time career.
Tell me about that transition. When did you know it was right?
It was about restoration hardware. That's when they made me, that's when I knew. I was like, my boss pulled me in the office, and I'm a hard worker. I am a dedicated worker. I will work till the gills come off.
Yeah.
And my boss came in, he was like, hey, can I talk to you, Danny? And I was like, yeah. He was like, do you want to be here anymore? And I was like, to be honest, no. He was like, I could tell in your performance. He was like, I think you need to really pursue this revenue, this avenue. And I was like, but what if it don't work? He was like, Danielle, you're going to make it work. He was like, you run this whole department.
Absolutely.
He was like, you can run this. And I was like, I want to do it.
Correct.
So I talked to Tina. I was like, I think I'm going to quit my job. She said, go for it, baby. I love it. I love it for you. Not for you. Not for us. I was like, do you want to quit too? And we can just do this full time? I needed Denise there, so she was like, hey.
No, she was my...
Yeah, she quit first, and it took a long,
like 3 or 4 years after.
because we wanted to see how it played out.
Yeah.
And it played out wonderfully. And then I was excited because I was like, ooh, I'm going to leave my corporate job. Yes.
To serve a bigger purpose.
To serve a bigger
That's
purpose,
the
to
thing.
be, in a sense, advocates for the LGBT community, which is a great need for just being ourselves.
Yeah.
Did you feel like at a certain point, because you didn't start your content, within the community, it was more the mother-daughter, that you came out on the internet?
I did.
Tell me about that.
That was, I don't know what video it was. Tina was in the background and people were like, oh my God, you're gay? I was like, yeah, like, you didn't know? I was surprised that they didn't know.
No.
And then I'm like, Danny, you never, ever told them that you liked it. You're in there. You're a part of
You're part of the community.
I am part of the community.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, I want to be a part. I want to be a part of the community that I live in and I exist in and I thrive in.
Speak on it.
So I want to be a part of it, and I'm so jealous.
And clearly, your audience was supportive.
Yeah. Yeah.
growing.
They were like, oh, thank God. Thank God you're with us.
Yes.
Like,
That is so great.
Like I said before, I was like, yeah.
and when you find other LGBTQ plus, you're like, that's my friend.
Yes.
We're automatically
Originally,
friends.
Right?
Yep.
Or even
Family,
like, we ever go on
family.
vacation and you kind of
Yeah.
spot
Yeah.
another familiar and you're like,
Told you, Danny. I said that.
kind of, all of a sudden you kind of sit near each other.
And just
Yes.
have a conversation.
It's like, yeah, you just feel like that
Yes,
community and everything. My favorite content with you is just always the energy you give with your daughter. Like, you're going to pull up for her.
It's happened. I
You're
will.
going to pull up for her in any situation. Talk to me about why that was important for you to show.
I felt like it was important to show because there's a lot of like backlash on, letting your kids fight for themselves. And I'm just like, she has a mama. She has a mama, and I know you got a mama too. So, but I just thought it was important that kids knew that they don't have to always figure everything out by themselves.
On themselves.
Because when you're in that emotional state, you see black or you see red, and things can happen. Like, I was just telling her, I wish she was on here because at one point in time, like, we were just having this conversation. That certain things can happen, something bad. You could have a life-altering life situation,
Correct.
out of anger or sadness, and I would prefer to just be there. I will pull up in the middle of the night. I don't care if you need me. I'm going to be there, and a lot of people need to see that.
That is so
is
true.
so true.
Especially I think that there are some stereotypes between black moms and their daughters, and that lack of support there when you may hear one narrative, and that could be the case, but there are plenty other narratives for Black mothers.
It is. Because, I mean, you see it all the time and you hear it all the time. I mean,
they're like, Black mothers favor their sons, and they go all above and beyond for their sons.
They kick their daughters out.
Off the curb, or they're like, jealous of them.
Yes, that one.
They stole my beauty.
That one. I do say that. Theory did steal my eyelashes. I am sorry. I am that mom. Only when it comes to the eyelashes. She stole them. She did.
I love it.
She did. And now she's trying to steal my height. The only thing that I wanted was to be tall. Now she's like sprouting. But no, yes, that is the stigma. Where Black
you
women
breaking those stigmas.
I'm trying.
Down.
I'm trying.
Like, we're so inspired by you. Like, I see, like, for me and my daughter, a good relationship there.
Yeah. Oh, I believe you guys have the
It's
best
like
relationship.
copy and paste.
Ooh, here she
And
go.
when I'm not with her and I'm with Olivia, I
here you
feel
go.
like I'm still with my wife.
Okay, honey. Yeah.
Yes, the things that she
I was
says.
feeling a little bit too much conviction in that. I felt a little.
She believes
I
it.
love it because I love you. So like when
See?
she's around, I'm like, oh, that's my wife.
It's
It's
easy.
a little version of her, but yeah.
And how's the relationship between your daughter and your partner?
I'm jealous because they have a very, very good relationship.
That's amazing.
There are certain things that she talks to Tina about, and I'm like, but I wasn't a part of that conversation. I want to talk about sneakers.
We hear Danielle.
Don't kick me out. Or they'll be just like, kiki. And I'm like, what's so funny? I want to be a part, just like the TikTok. That's how they do have a really, really close relationship. I'm truly blessed. I cannot say that anymore, but the relationship that they have is very strong.
And I'm going to bring this up, but you can stop me and tell me.
I'm an open book.
Not to bring this up, but I need your daughter's blessing as well. But something that I also saw in your content was your daughter coming out. How did you decide to put it on your social media, and how has it impacted your relationship?
So we've always known that Theory was curious with girls, like since she was. Is it okay?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm like, hold on. Yeah, so we knew. She talked about it from 8, Theory, 9, 8, one of those ages. We she was very curious.
Yes.
We did talk about it a lot. She was in a relationship, her first love, and she just was like, Mom, I think I'm going into the direction of wanting to really be in a relationship with girls. And I was like, honey, I bless you. Like, I am going to be here. I can talk to you about the ins and outs, and I can be there for you mentally. I can't do this for you. I asked her if she wanted to put it on social media. She said not at first, but she didn't, which we both didn't.
That's called boundaries.
Your
Love
boundaries.
it.
And she started dating her now girlfriend, and she wanted to put her on social media. And I was like, are you ready for that? Are you ready for the questions? And, are you ready? And she was like, I'm ready. So then she did the breakup video with Roy. And it just seemed like it was so close, but it really wasn't. Like, they've been broke up for a very long time.
On camera. Sometimes you have to understand, guys, on social media, it's not
different.
In chronological order.
Yes,
Like, we have to sometimes.
We have a different time.
Yeah.
Correct.
There's a different time lapse on social media than in real life. And she wanted to introduce her new identity. And I was like, we can do it on just solely yours. And she was like, I think our fans need to see it on ours. I was like, okay, how do you want to do it?
And this is why I think it was such a pivotal moment to see that, is because for us with our community, we get a lot of messages of our LGBTQ plus youth who have no support.
No support, yeah.
Their parents kicked them out, disowned them. I'm going to get emotional.
Yeah, look at me. I'm like, oh God, don't.
I'm going to get emotional. But seeing
I think it's very important.
that support that you showed.
Shit, I feel like we're the same person.
Like, Ayana fixed my life. Okay, so all right.
No, that our visibility of us and just showing you know,
how you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Love your child no matter what. Support your children no matter what. That's what you two showed, and that was beautiful.
I would be her biggest fan, her biggest supporter. I don't care how old she is.
And it's not even because you're in the community, because sometimes because you're in the community, you have more fears because you've experienced a lot of things in life, and you don't want to see your kids go through certain adversities and challenges because you identify.
And when you're out there alone, it hurts. Those teeth are so painful.
Yes.
The eyes, the looks, the comments, you know, not being accepted. It's, I would never want her to experience what I experienced or what Tina experienced or what any other individual had to experience. Never.
Because sometimes you have people say, well, because your mom is gay, that's probably...
Oh, we got that. We got that a lot.
I hear that.
We got that a lot.
We got that. Depends on where you live, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different.
And you did get that. Talk to us about that.
We get that. Tina and I still get that. And then we're in a racial relation. We're in a racial marriage. People really look at that. There was a point, Tina and I were at the food store, and this guy came up and gave us a pamphlet. And he was like, you have to repent for your sins. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, this is sinful. Like, I was like, why would you do that? Why do you feel like you have that right to come over to me and tell me what I'm doing is wrong? Like, without even talking to me. You know, you don't know
the audacity.
You don't even know my relationship with God. You don't know. You don't. Why are you convicting me? That's awful. I would never want her to go through that.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
But
Especially
these days, the way politics is going through.
I'm scared.
It's so scary.
This is a scary time right now. And I think that's actually the fuel and motivation to why we need to continue making content.
Yes.
We need to help show another side to our community to keep giving them hope. This is some dark, scary times right now.
Mental health is super important right now.
And we were just actually talking about this on another episode. Like, we're just really nervous for the 2024 election.
Yeah, I am too.
Like, whew,
What is going to happen?
like what is going to happen?
I've never been this scared to live in society than I am today. Being a Black LGBTQ plus
Being a
person.
Black.
I am terrified. I'm terrified for my trans friends. I'm terrified for our community.
Correct.
I'm terrified every day. I try to, you know, make an important presence on social media just to say, hey, we're here. We're going to fight. We're
going to fight. You're not alone.
You're not alone.
We're going to do this.
And you were saying something about messages. Those messages get to me. And I'm like, and they're like, well, I'm going to tell them. I'm like, please don't tell them until you have somewhere safe. Because I don't want to see you on the streets.
Be safe.
I don't want to see you on the streets. I don't want to see anything happen to you.
Correct.
Please make sure that you have an advocate with you. I always give them hotlines. Everybody has my number at this point because I'm like, here, you can message me. I will try to find some sort of resource so you can go. And it's terrifying hearing them sob and cry and be suicidal.
Yes.
And you're alone.
Yes.
I want to smack their moms.
Like literally, like we've literally created content where we're like literally putting these parents on blast. Like, how dare you?
How dare you? The audacity.
The audacity. Your child.
Baby. You birthed them.
Number one person that should always be their number one supporter.
In the eyes of child, you are God.
Yes.
So why are you not doing everything
In your power?
You have nothing but space and opportunity to love and nourish and guide and cherish your children, and you're taking the route to not. Like, I just don't get it.
And we're all doing it through our content.
Yes,
we're doing it.
We're all trying to just give back somehow towards our communities, to just keep them hopeful and to show them what's possible. The healthy relationship with your daughter.
Yeah, girl.
Your partner. I keep saying partner. That's your wife.
That's my wife.
Hold on.
We elope.
Hold on. Someone elope. Let me say that. I'm being politically correct by saying partner. No. Back up, Ebony. Hold on. That is your wife now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats. How does that feel? Married life?
Married.
How long you guys been together?
9 years.
9 years.
Oh, nice.
That's a long time.
On the 17th. of this month will be
9.
Yeah, 9 strong 9 years. Fun ups and downs, but I think
takes a lot.
It's being in any relationships takes work.
It sure does. Compromise, communication,
acceptance.
Yes, it takes a lot. It does take a lot. I just kind of like recap, because we are content creators over the age of 30. What advice would you give to creators who are over 30 that are like, I don't know, I might be too old for the platform, or I don't know if there's a space for me?
There's always going to be a community. And as long as you're above that ground, it's never too late. Like, I see women over the age of 50 getting up and starting to make content because there is people in that category. There's always going to be somebody that needs to learn or hear something that you have to offer. And all because you might not think that it's essential because it's within you, doesn't mean that it's not going to be important to somebody else.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know?
That is so correct. I've even seen people above 30 gaming.
Yeah. Like, I'm a gamer.
Doing anything they want to do.
Yeah.
And like how we said, life gets better.
Life does get
It's
better.
more fun, more intriguing.
It's okay to change your mind and change your career paths.
Over and over again.
You know.
That's like a common theme and echo we've been kind of trying to reinforce through these episodes. But, all right, we're all moms.
Yeah, we're moms.
We are always learning from our kids. So we have a fun little segment where we ask our guests, especially those who have children, what they've learned from their kids this week. But this is going to be even more special because your daughter is here in studio with us. And she's actually going to educate all of us on something that we can learn this week. I would like to introduce Theory to come up, please.
Come on up.
Theory, welcome.
Hi.
All right, so me and my wife are always trying to continuously learn from the young folks.
Okay.
Stay hip and trend. Share some little knowledge with us right now.
Okay, so this is my little thing, my slang that I use with my friends and stuff.
Okay.
So, period, per, occur, all that stuff is just like kind of like, you know, washed out.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, so I can say
To me. I feel like, you know, you gotta keep the conversation and keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
I still can't do that. But I started with stay blessed. You know,
Stay blessed.
my girlfriend would be like, yo, I just did this. I'm like, stay blessed.
blessed.
Okay. Like, it's kind of like my hype. You know? So I was telling my mom, she was like, so I just ordered all of our stuff for Puerto Rico. Stay blessed. She was like, what? Like, what do you mean?
Context clues and examples. So now I'm going to be walking around like, stay
blessed.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
Thank
much.
you for that.
We just learned a new phrase, y'all.
Stay blessed.
I use that all the time now. So on top of just learning that, we also learned from our daughter.
We learned Boombastic Side Eye. And she was like, I was online to do something for a teacher, and teacher was like, gave me a bombastic side eye. And I was just like, what is that?
Like, what? And now we hear Boombastic Side Eye. Okay, let's give our side eyes. Here, 1, 2, 3. Here's our side eye.
I'm like, I can do that all day.
Boombastic Side Eye.
All right, we're going to jump right into a new game. Usually you do 5 things on your channel, correct?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So we're going to do
Something similar.
something pretty similar. We're going to pick this
topic?
a topic. All right. So I'm going to pick one real quick. 5 pet peeves. 5 pet peeves. One is like when you leave the toilet paper, like there's no more toilet paper.
1.
When you come out the shower and there's a lot of water on the floor.
2.
Oh, when you chew loud.
Oh my gracious. I didn't know we were making this personal. Okay.
When I'm relaxing and my wife is like, babe, and I'm like,
I disturb.
how many was that for?
4.
Number 5 is not being on time.
Oh,
There you go.
Not being on time. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's see my topic. Oh, 5 places you want to travel. Oh, that's so simple. Yeah. Okay. Greece, Japan. I want to go back to Switzerland. Australia. Oh, Africa. Anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anywhere.
those are good. Those are all mine too. It's funny. Oh gosh, 5 chores you hate doing. Oh, any of them. Making my bed, laundry, dishes, mowing the lawn, and taking the trash out.
Clearly, you know yourself.
Yeah,
She rapid fire. She's like, and all of those.
When Tina and I know you said no wives, but when Tina and I first got together, I was like, look, I don't do laundry. Like I really don't. That was one of my biggest things. Like I don't do laundry. But now here I am doing laundry. That's that compromise, right? That's that compromise.
5 things you can't live without. I can't live without my wife, my kids, my mom, and I can't live without a toilet because I need to go poop, right?
You know, and there are folks that can relate to that.
And coffee.
Oh, you know yourself. That was big. That was big.
That's a big one.
That was a big one. Lord knows. You can't start your day without coffee.
And then the poops.
And then the poops.
There you go. So I need to work hand in hand.
Danielle, high five right there. Spot on.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Love it. Oh. 5 nicknames people call you. Babe, honey, Ebby, Ebony and Ivory.
Yes.
Ebony and Ivory.
Get that all the time.
All the time. People start singing the song. If I had $1 for every time.
I got 5 chores again.
5 chores again? No.
5 TV shows you love. Yellowstone, Love is Blind, Love Island, Law and Order, SVU, and I want to say Sons of Anarchy.
Ooh.
There's so many.
Okay.
So many.
But I am in tune to that Love is Blind right now, bro.
Love is Blind is
hot.
This is the first season that I was like, wow.
Right? At first it was slow, but now I'm like, ooh.
Picked up. I can't wait for the results. I'm like, look, I'm stressed out.
Yeah, stressing out. Okay. All right, go ahead.
I think this was like meant for me, right?
was.
I don't know. 5 favorite things to bake and cook. Whoa.
Yes.
Okay. So I love to make birria tacos. That's like my specialty.
Yes.
I love to bake any cake with my kids because they just love to do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I love to make anything Puerto Rican because, you know, it just be hitting. And I love to make mac and cheese because my kids love that. And I also love to make anything for the kids for their lunch because I just make it super special for them because I want them to open, you know, during lunchtime and be like, oh, my mama made me this. And
with that note and everything.
Note.
Oh, I'm jealous.
She Betty. This is Betty Crocker over here. Okay. Ooh. Oh, why did I get this? Can I drop this back in? 5 things your kids lied about. Ooh. Yeah. Danielle, I might pass this one to you. I can't think of any.
5 things that Theory lies to me about.
Oh, here goes the conviction.
I did that. No. Honestly, she doesn't really lie to me about big things, but she does lie to me about getting her oil changed or putting gas in the car. She blew my engine. She put wrong gas in my car. She lied to me about that. No. Is that 3?
Was it diesel?
That's 3.
It wasn't diesel, but my Lexus took a certain type of gas and it was cross-contaminated and it kind of messed the whole engine up and the fuel pump. She lied to me. Time. She's always lying to me about what time she's going to be there. That's and what else do you lie to me about? Tell me what you lied to me.
She's like, Mom, I've never lied.
I've never lied. What are you talking about? And she lied about lying.
You're lying about lying. It's hard because you know what? I feel like you need to be up here answering that one.
Because she stayed blessed.
You know,
she stays blessed.
Stay blessed.
She stayed blessed.
Stay blessed. All right, last one. 5 ways to show someone you love them. Oh, that's great. We can all rattle this one off.
Yeah.
Flowers.
Verbally saying it.
Cooking.
What else?
Massages.
Okay, massages.
Bubble baths. No, I'm
Okay.
kidding.
Bubble bath. I need a massage right now.
Playing with your hair.
But yeah, there's just so many ways. Keep
There is so
notes.
many ways.
Yeah, there's
You
many
know,
ways.
just communicating it.
I
It's
feel
very
like
important.
an intimate conversation is like loving to the soul. For me, because I'm like, words of affirmation is something that I need.
Yes.
So you tell me that I'm pretty, then I'm like, oh, thank you.
So that's your
great.
love language? Words of affirmation?
Words of affirmation, yes. But mine is spending. Like I
Actual
have to
time.
spend time with you. Like so everybody's love language is different. And being in a relationship, you have to learn that person's love language so you can love them that their way and not the way that you want to be loved.
Correct.
So love is tricky.
Love is tricky.
It is tricky. Like
You
my
learn-
love
it's-
language is spending quality time, but yours is talking.
Talking, touch,
Yeah,
food, like
touch.
everybody.
Tina's is touch.
Mine's is touch.
And
That's Denise's love language. It's definitely like, they're like, I got you.
honey. Yeah.
Danielle,
Yes.
thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you so
This
so
was such a great time, especially to have someone in the same industry and to relate with in that way, who's a mom.
part of the community.
So much.
Over 30.
Yes.
Woohoo, represent.
We have so much in common.
So
Wish we
much
lived
in common.
closer, you know?
I know.
I
I wish.
To keep this going.
Whenever you decide to move to Georgia,
I know.
let us know.
You better.
I'm a girl.
You better come.
Down the street. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. If our audience wants to find you and your amazing content, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram and TikTok under Sylvester _ Danielle _ They can also find me on YouTube as
I was just about to say, you
Sylvester
might be on that
_
YouTube too.
I know I'm trying to start it.
Get it.
And we also have a podcast.
Talk about it.
Yeah, so we also have a podcast called Eating Rotten Apples. You can listen to it on Apple, Spotify, Buzzsprout, Pandora, iHeartRadio. So
Love
awesome.
it. Oh, we
Check
tuning
it
in.
out.
We're tuning in. And if you guys want to follow us, of course, we are Team2Moms on all platforms. Mine is.
Twitter, we are Olivia Has Two Moms.
Yes, please make sure to like,
Comment, and subscribe
to the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel so you can keep up with these episodes that drop every Monday.
You can also listen on any other place that you listen to podcasts.
And please comment, rate, all of that good stuff. It definitely helps us in the creation process of these episodes. So please share your feedback. Thank you again, Danielle.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, we love
it's a
you.
pleasure. I know
It's
my
so
hands are
nice.
crying.
We love you so much. All right, y'all. We are
Team2Moms. One,
Ooh,
two,
3. Oh, we doing the. Oh, hey.